Hello everyone, I'm Finn from FinnBrick42, and right here in front of me is set 76102 Thor's Weapon Quest from the Marvel Superheroes line of LEGO sets. This set has 223 pieces and originally retailed for $24.99, although I got it on sale at my local Walmart for $14. So this looks like a pretty interesting set, and I've been looking to get some of these new action pieces for a long time, and I'm happy to get them in this set. Looks overall like there's going to be a cool ship build as well as this side build, and some really great minifigures. And on back it just shows you some extra features of the build. So yeah, this looks like it's going to be pretty cool, and looking forward to building it, showing it to you guys. So I'll now do a time lapse. Alright, so that was actually a very interesting build. It took a little while longer than I was actually expecting, but yeah, it was great. And I really appreciate how it has like a very impressive amount of very unique pieces. Rather just the color, or a couple new ones. And one thing I found very interesting, which I'll show in more further detail in the extra pieces, is how they give the Infinity Stones in groups of 4. So you actually have 3 extras in this set. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, I really appreciate how much sand blue there was in the ship, which I'll be showing you guys first. And actually there's a very clever building technique, which I won't give away quite yet, in this one. And the minifigures too. So yeah, I'll go with the builds first, then I'll show you the minifigures. So here's the ship part of the build, and this was quite interesting to really construct. As you can see, it's got a glass dome at the front, and another kind of glass window at the back, so you can see all the way through. And you can actually fit all 3 of the minifigures in there, which is very nice. And I'll show you that in just a moment. Right here, the roof can lift off, just like that, so you have easier access to the middle parts. And yeah, it's kind of a strange shape for a ship, but because it attaches to a larger ship at the back, which is a different set, which unfortunately I do not have to show you, but it's another one from the same line. And yeah, it's got a lot of sand blue, which I really appreciate getting that kind of color. And honestly, I appreciate the sticker detailing. It's not unnecessary, it's well placed, and there isn't too much of it, but it's a little finicky putting it on and stuff. So yeah, on the bottom you've just got some landing skids like that, so you don't scratch the pieces like anything. And on top, you've got a couple stud shooters, which I'll just show you. You press down on the top part right here. And wow, I don't even think the camera could have recorded that. Just shot a stud very far, and I'll go find that later. But yeah, it goes quite fast, so you're going to want to make sure if you use these, you're not pointing it at anyone, and you can find it afterwards. Alright, so I'll now show you how the minifigures can sit inside. So you just take the minifigures. Right here's Rocket, which I'll show you in more detail with the rest of the minifigures in just a moment. And then you can place them inside. So not too tricky, but it takes a bit of work. So he's in the front. And then you just gotta take off all the accessories. Put Thor here. Put him in the middle, I guess. There you go, in a seated position. And will he sit properly? Should. Yeah, there he is in there. And now, Groot. So let's see how well we can put him in back. And this is in one of those sliders for the feet rather than the studs for the other 2. So that's makes easier access. And yeah, there you go. They're all inside the ship. And honestly, pretty comfortable seating too. Not too crowded. It's surprising because of the size of the ship. Yeah, that's about it. It has some winglets you can adjust, and really you just choose however you want. In the instruction manual, they're placed like this, but you can put them any way you want. And yeah, the back just has some lights. And now I'll move on to this strange looking build. So right here, this is kind of a secret compartment in its own way. But first, I'll just show you how you can spin this part right here with the help of a gear. And yeah, that just spins pretty well, and you can actually adjust it up and down. And yeah, you just spin the piece there, I guess to show electricity moving. But if you go here, and you push at the back or pull at the front, you will see that there is a secret compartment underneath. And inside there is the weapon. And right here, you can put that in Thor's hand. I'll show this in Thor's hand for the minifigure look over. But yeah, it's actually pretty compact. Not actually too big compared to most weapons. But yeah, it's Stormbreaker, I think that's the name. I hope I'm not wrong with that, but pretty sure that is. And at the back, one of the 6 Infinity Stones. And right here, you can just see, they're all stored on these golden pieces until they're placed in Thanos' glove. So they're all pretty small, but really well made actually. You pull them off of this kind of circle piece of plastic, but it doesn't leave actually, at least what I can tell, it doesn't really seem to leave any of the attachment piece, so that's nice. Yeah, so pretty much just got a couple stickers here, there, and yeah, it just symbolizes lots of electricity, because, you know, thunder. Thor's the god of thunder. So yeah, secret compartment, hide that in there, close it, and wow, pretty simple build, but it's kind of interesting. It's also nice to see this color, which is a slightly different variant of blue. This set has a lot of cool blue pieces, which I really appreciate. So now I'll show you all the minifigures individually. So right here is Groot, and his accessory is this branch piece, which can be used to represent him extending his arm. There isn't too much printing, and there is no printing on the legs, but you see on the torso, there is some fine detail with a bit of dark green and a few accents to represent some bark. Around the back, you see that there's also more of that, but this time maybe representing some intertwined pieces of sticks. Yeah, it's got some really nice printing for the face. Very strong colors. I really appreciate that. Has very good opacity. And yeah, you can see that the lines to represent all of the lines from the bark. And it's quite an interesting head mold, actually. I'll just see if I can get some light on that. And yeah, it's a very unique one. And quite nice. So yeah, there isn't really much to see with Groot here, but it's a very good minifigure, and it's great to get it in the set, especially for this price. Here is Rocket, and his accessory is this blaster style thing with one of the older blaster styled pieces, and if I take that away, you can see that he's got 2 special molds in this set. So one for the tail, and that is a rubbery material. And here is the head, plus the bit of the shoulders, which is also slightly rubbery, but it feels a lot more like this plastic. It's a lot harder rubber. So on his torso, you can see there's printing for lots of pockets, zippers, stuff to hide things in. And at the back, I'll just remove this right here, so you can see that a little better without the shoulders. There we go, it's a bit stiff. But at the back, you can see that he has just some more printing for a bit of detail, and you can see he's got some buckles around there. So that's really good. Like the printing on Groot's face, I am very impressed with how the printing turned out on this one. Very vibrant colors, very opaque, an overall pretty good expression too. So yeah, that's amazing. Really appreciate how they got the proper amount of ink in all these small and somewhat hard to reach areas actually. Here is Thor with Stormbreaker, his axe hammer thing, and you can see that that's actually overall compared to him not too big. It's quite compact. So I'll just take that away. Like Groot, he doesn't have printing on his legs, but does have some very nice torso printing, using some really cool technique of kind of layering the colors to make this metallic shine. And I really appreciate that. That really adds to the set. It's also got some detailing all around with some light gray, and on the back, the same light gray. Now he has two expressions. So right here is the regular, kind of smug, pretty happy looking face. But if you rotate his head around, you see that here's the charged up, very angry, and full of electricity face. So that is amazing. Once again, they did that with the ink there. And in this set, he has some other accessories in the form of the relatively new accessory packs. So here, he has two lightning bolts that he can hold in his hands. And you can see there how they go pretty far in front of him, and that would represent him shooting lightning out of his hands, so that's pretty nice. But something I've never even tried, haven't even tried it here yet, and I've always wanted to, is this kind of hand-fired projectile thingy, where you push on the end here, and it supposedly goes right out of their hand, so I'll just test to see how that works. Just focus on him over there. Alright, so I'll try that again, because it's supposed to fire right out of their hand. Now, I might be doing it wrong, but it does come out of his hand, but it doesn't seem to fly anywhere. So I just test that again. Oh, that went somewhere. Alright, that went right out of the area I have to record all this. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily go in a straight line, but yeah, I'll go find that later. But yeah, it's a pretty great minifigure. Some pretty cool accessories, and maybe eventually I'll figure out how to use them properly. For the size, this set has a regular amount of extra pieces, although there is one quite obviously preferred extra piece right here, where it has the 3 more Infinity Stones, so that is great. It has a few useful pieces, such as these 1x1 round studs with the bar protruding from the top. That also has the mini peg hole. Right here's a 1x1 stud that accepts pegs, so that's great. And yeah, overall just some nicely colored pieces and this sand blue cheese slope. So that's great. Overall, I'd say that this is an amazing set, and also, especially considering I got it on sale, it's a great deal for your money. I think that the pieces it includes are quite useful, and overall, kind of rare in my opinion to get that many sand blue pieces. And yeah, I just think amazing minifigures. It's a pretty fun build actually. Yeah, it's not too hard to build at any point. And overall, it's a great set, so yeah. Thanks for watching everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day.